Voy a ir yendo. 3 versions of the same verb in one sentence. And somehow it makes perfect sense in Spanish. So what's happening here? Why does Spanish say voy a ir yendo instead of simply me voy? Amigas y amigos, welcome back. This is Profe Juan, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why Spanish sometimes repeats the same verb, what each ir is doing, and how structures like this actually work. I always tell you the same, but it's important. This is not about complicated grammar. This is how we actually speak, how Spanish actually works. Listos, vamos. Because at first glance, this sentence looks ridiculous. Voy a ir yendo. It's like saying, gotta go going, gotta get going, gotta go. But that's not what's happening, because each verb has a different job. Let me remind you first, Spanish often combines multiple verbs together. And when that happens, the important question is not what does the verb mean? The important question is what job is each verb doing? And that's the key to understanding this sentence. But the big idea is that the same verb can appear multiple times because each version is doing a different grammatical job. In an example like voy a ir yendo, the 3 forms of ir are not repeating information, they're adding information. Let's break it down. Let's break the whole sentence apart. The first part is with voy. Look at this. It's actually voy a. Voy a estudiar. Voy a comer. Voy a salir. And here, voy is part of the near future. It's not the main action. It's telling us something is about to happen. And that's the first job. Future intention. And you remember this, of course, in the near future we have the verb ir conjugated in the present with the preposition a, like I'm going to. Now let's look at the second ir, because this one is a completely different member of the team. Look at this again. Voy a ir. Now we have an ir conjugated in the near future and a different ir next to that. Now this ir is the actual action. The person is going somewhere, moving, leaving. This is the main verb. Voy a ir al trabajo. Voy a ir al supermercado. Voy a ir contigo. The first voy creates the future. The second describes the action that is going to take place in the future. Different jobs, but it's basically the near future working, I am going to go to the supermarket or whatever. The first ir to trigger the near future. The second is what's happening there. But now we have the weirdest part of the story. Yendo. And maybe you didn't identify this guy at the beginning, because voy a ir yendo, you probably seen voy a. And you know what the verb ir is. By voy yendo. Yendo. Well, amigas y amigos, yendo is the gerund form of the verb ir. And Spanish uses ir plus gerund to show gradual progress. Voy aprendiendo español. I'm gradually learning Spanish. Voy mejorando. I'm gradually improving. Voy entendiendo. And if you're understanding this gerund is those verbs ending in endo or ando. ¿Sí? Comiendo, estudiando, corriendo, entendiendo. So, voy entendiendo, I'm starting to understand. This combo, the idea with this combo is that something is happening little by little, step by step. That's what this yendo adds. But now, let's rebuild the sentence, because we were working with that separately. Now, let's bring it together. Voy, future intention. A ir, the action of leaving. Yendo, gradual progression. Put everything together and you got voy a ir yendo. It's something like, I'm going to start heading out, or I should get going, or I'm going to be on my way. Gotta be on my way, okay? Notice something. Native speakers don't use this because they love complicated grammar. It's not that when I say, hey, voy yendo, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make this sentence as complex as possible just to express my feelings of living. Now, we use it because it communicates a very specific feeling. Living gradually, starting the process of living. And why is that? Because, hey, we like family. We like to be social. And for us, it's very hard to say goodbye. So it's a long process. Let me show you a couple other examples, okay? Because once you understand the pattern, you start seeing similar structures everywhere. Voy a ir aprendiendo. I'm going to gradually learn, little by little, in the future. Voy a ir entendiendo. If you explain me, yo voy a ir entendiendo. I'm going to gradually start understanding. The classic one, voy a ir mejorando. I'm going to gradually improve. I'm not doing it right now, but in the future. The structure sounds strange in English, but it's completely normal in Spanish because each verb contributes something different. And to identify the pattern, we have the first voy, future intention, then ir, the action, and yendo, showing the gradual progression. 3 forms, 3 jobs, 1 verb. That's the shortcut. Little recap here, Spanish can repeat the same verb when each form is doing a different job. That's why the sentence works. Not because Spanish is repeating itself, but because Spanish is layering information. But now it's your turn. Write one sentence using voy a ir plus a gerund, like voy a ir aprendiendo. And of course, as I always tell you, one sentence is more than enough. If you want to write 20 sentences, go and write them. I'll help you. I'll correct those sentences, and we're gonna be chatting in the comments. Hey, thank you for watching. And attention, if you want to understand why Spanish uses multiple verbs together, watch our video on why Spanish uses 2 verbs together next. Amigas y amigos, if this helped you understand one of the strangest Spanish sentences you'll hear, like the video, subscribe, y nos vamos a estar viendo, vamos a estar viéndonos, vamos a vernos. Parece. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.